Live from under the water tower in Austin, Texas, it's the monthly drone show that your mom likes to watch while she sits by the phone waiting for you to call. It's First Friday! Interesting guests, cool drone technology, Dr. Pepper, giveaways, and the fifth best looking host on a YouTube drone channel not named Ken. Give it up for Kelly Shores. Now, sit back, relax, and crack yourself a cold one because the show starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it away, Kelly.
Hey. Welcome to First Friday. Zach Key, he apparently likes my Ken Heron impression. Or is it? Interesting question. That was a really fun promo to put together. Chris did the flying, I want to say, and I think it took us about 5 takes to do that mostly because there were cars that would always be in the wrong spot, or I didn't open the door in time or whatever. But yes, indeed, that was Ken Heron. Thanks to him for voicing it for me. Much appreciate that. It's summertime. It's here. It's hot. It's very hot. So we're going to crack a cold Dr. Pepper. This is actually my last big Dr. Pepper. All I have are those little tiny 10-ounce or 7-ounce pony keg ones. My last 12-ounce are here in front of me. So I'm going to enjoy it with you guys. Listen to this. Yeah, that's really refreshing. So I'd be lying if I said we had an exciting show tonight. It's probably not a super exciting show, but it's definitely a show. It's been a pretty crazy summer so far with traveling and not making excuses, but just a lot of stuff going on, and have had to rely heavily on my man Chris over here. And you can't see him, but he's over there running the controls and really helped me put this whole thing together today. But we do have some cool stuff to talk about. But before that, I do want to say hello to Dennis Lovelady. Dennis, actually, I know you messaged me on Facebook, and I owe you a response, and I promise I have not forgotten about you. I will get back to you. Say hello to Steve Carpenter, of course, my man Steve Carpenter, Ray Kelly, Maddie's Drone World, Artco, Zach Key, Ted Bowman in the house, Michael Belshi, my man from KC, Maddie's Drone World, I think already, Ben Cartwright, and good to see you, Matt. Ben Cartwright, Brant Ariels from up north, Johnny Drone Flyer, or as I heard he's sometimes called Johnny Drone Buyer. I don't know if that's common if people say that behind his back or just say that to him, but I heard you buy a lot of drones, Johnny. It's got kind of a problem. I do too, so I can relate. We got, who else up there? I see Artco Drone Solutions in the house. Good to see you. Sunrise Water Media sitting here literally in the house with me. Thank you guys all for stopping in. Who was the very first comment tonight? Was it? No, it wasn't Brant Ariels. Was it Brant Ariels? No, it was somebody that thought they were late. It was Zach Key, yeah. Anyway, really appreciate you all being here with us on a Friday evening. It is July 7th. Can't believe it's already halfway through the year. Of course, we are only a short, August, September, October, 3.5 months away from Spin Up, which will be October 21st. If you want to get more details, go to dronespinup.com and you'll be able to see that. I know quite a few people. Oh, I saw Geeks Fauna earlier too in the chat. Sean from England will be joining us at Spin Up, as will a whole bunch of other cool people. So if you want to join us, check it out. It's dronespinup.com. But for tonight, Idaho Quadcopter. Good to see you, Marcus. Thanks for stopping in. For tonight, here's what we have on the agenda. First of all, I want to talk about the summer, what I've been up to, what you guys have been up to. If if anybody's done any interesting drone flying in any interesting locations, because I've got a couple I want to share with you guys. I'm going to talk a little bit about the Air 3. I'm not a big rumors guy, but there have been a lot of rumors about the Air 3 coming out. Want to see what you guys think, who's getting one, who's maybe seen pictures of it. Seen a few, but not too much. And then I want to talk about this puppy here, the Insta360 Go. Let's see if I can put it there right on our second camera. Go to that one. And by the way, thank you all for the stickers. Oh, no, go back to it. There we go. There's all those stickers. That's a pretty beautiful thing. Insta360 Go 3. I honestly, did I need to get it? Probably not. I'll tell you why I got it in a little while, and I haven't actually used it. I didn't get it. I bought it. I didn't get it for free. It wasn't a review unit or anything like that. But I'm excited because I really like the Go2, and I'm interested to see if there's a noticeable difference between it and several other action cameras. We're going to talk a little bit about the hidden hashtags. So if you have been watching our videos and found some hidden hashtags and you commented them, we have your name on the big wheel, and we'll spin that for a prize tonight. We're going to check out 2 Minutes of Hope. I hope my man Chris Hope is here tonight. Let's see if Chris Hope is here. You know, the cheating way of checking if somebody's here is you start typing their name in with the little @ sign, and if it populates. No, Chris Hope's not here yet, but it's a very cool episode, and I'm excited to see it. And actually, I'll tell you a little bit of history about it because Chris sent it, and then we did a little deeper diving and found out where the original building was that got moved. So here in Texas. Subscriber of the month. I'm going to apologize to last month's subscriber of the month, who was Lambo Drives Zambo. That's Brett Lambert. I still have your package. Chris saw it today. Chris doesn't lie. I'll tell you that if you know anything about Chris, he's like painfully honest about everything. And so he saw me today putting the package together. It will get shipped out. I figured at this point, I'll just wait till this month's subscriber of the month and send them all out at once. And then I also still owe a package to Chris Wedgeworth, who won the spin the wheel hidden hashtags thing last month. But this month's subscriber of the month, by the way, I will tell you, I did see this month's subscriber of the month in the chat earlier. So that narrows it down pretty considerably. If you're in the chat, you're in the running. And then finally, we will finish up with 2 minutes. Oh, I already talked about 2 Minutes of Hope. So it's always kind of weird when I am just talking to myself. First of all, hope you guys are having a good summer, looking out. Oh, I see Barkley there, 107 Drones. Thanks for stopping in. I wanted to kind of ask if anybody's done anything interesting this summer. So in the chat, have you been anywhere cool? Have you seen anything interesting over the summer? I've had a couple of trips, and I'm actually going on a trip for work on Monday next week as well. So just a little bit of traveling. Barkley says nothing too exciting. Anybody? Daniel Montoya gone anywhere cool? Don't tell anyone Barkley's here. Well, I did have an opportunity to go to, drove up to upstate New York like we do every summer and stopped in Springfield, Missouri. And there is this park in the middle of Springfield, Missouri. I don't recall the name of it, but it's a pretty big park, and got to fly a little FPV around that park. And check out the footage here. I'll show you guys a little bit of that. It's a kind of interesting thing because it has this facade. You can see it over on the right that looks a little bit like the Alamo. And it's basically just me flying around, checking stuff out. This is the first time I had flown my Avata in probably a month or maybe even 6 weeks or so since I had flown it. And so I was being a little cautious right here at the beginning, just kind of checking stuff out. Nice thing was it's a big park and there was hardly anybody there, so I had the place kind of to myself. My wife and daughter went for a walk around the lake. Yep, there's the gaps over there. And so I think this park is kind of cool because, yeah, I did hit a tree branch. Yep, you see that little ghost branch, but it just kept on going. That is one of those beautiful things about ducted quads, is when you bump into something like that, it'll keep going. I was just trying to kind of get my feet back under me as far as flying the Avata goes and acro. And, you know, I'll say a lot of people here I know have flown the Avata, and some in sport mode, some in normal mode, and then some in acro. It doesn't have a great deal of power. So when you drop out of the sky, kind of like that there, you really have to start giving it some gas pretty quickly as you come back down towards Earth, because those gaps are calling. I hadn't seen what the graphics Chris put on, which they're pretty good. It really isn't like flying a 5-inch quad, or even a 4S quad, like a small quad, because the problem, the thing with those is they're, I was kind of pondering here whether I should go through there or not. Actually, I'm glad I didn't go through those bottom ones, because there's definitely some metal rails in those. But with this thing, if you try to go through, or if you try to drop out of the sky from a long distance and you get too much acceleration, it basically hits the ground. There's several things that were edited out of this video where I bumped into the ground because I came down too fast. Yeah, and it was a pretty day. Really nice little park. Don't know what this stuff is all over the water. Kind of some sort of algae or goo or something. I noticed just recently that we had that same stuff all over the water here in Austin. It was kind of a place where we had a lot of algae. But yeah, Springfield, Missouri, part of the Ozarks, kind of on the edge of the Ozarks. Really, really pretty. Lots of elevation change, lots of rocks, lots of cliffs, places to go climbing, places to go exploring caves. And then this weird thing here, this big facade that opens into this little courtyard. I assume this used to be a pool, but it looks like maybe it got filled in or something. And yeah, here I go. Not the smoothest, not terrible actually, but I did kind of like really, yeah. Actually, I think that's the same tree. I think I hit it twice, because it did definitely have a small ghost branch there. And then there's the headless drone pilot. Yeah, kind of hunched over. Where'd his head go? Oh, there it is. So yeah, it was my little flight around in Missouri. Don't know how many of you guys have been to the Ozarks, but it's a beautiful part of the country, and certainly if you're there in the summertime, so much less hot than it is here in Texas. But then we had the opportunity, Chris and I both we did go to the South Florida Drone Meetup, which was awesome, by the way. Captain Ray, shout out to you. Shout out to Maddie for you guys putting that thing on, and to Tropic, Tony, you guys, all the volunteers you had out there, my brother Brad from Virginia helping out. That was an amazing event. And Chris and I were saying that feels like it was about a month ago, and it was actually, I think, 3 months ago, maybe 3.5 months ago. It was a long time ago. Time is going by so fast. We did have the opportunity to go to an event, a corporate event, a video shoot in Miami. And so we took on that trip. I actually wish I could have taken an FPV, but we had so much stuff going. Let's go ahead and roll that video if we could. We ended up taking the Mini 3, and we were staying at the Fontainebleau Hotel, which is where the conference was. And that is right on the water on both sides. There is a little canal, and that's what we're flying over right here with this boat. Funny enough, this boat was like all the VIPs from the event, and I don't think most people were supposed to know about it. We ended up seeing them and shooting the video of them as we went over. Chris and I did 2 days of flying. I think we flew 4 batteries each day, because that's what I brought, 3 in the charger and then 1 in the drone. And man, the Mini, just so great to travel with. The batteries all charged up really quickly. Took it out. It was fairly windy one of the days we flew, and then not as windy the other day we flew. But you can see that hotel. It's huge. Everything you're seeing in this shot right now is the Fontainebleau Hotel. This is the hotel, if you've ever heard this story, and if you've known me for any amount of time, you have, where I met Mr. Rogers many years ago. I was doing an event here, kind of like what we were doing a couple of weeks ago, but this was an event for PBS. Mr. Rogers was there, and I also had the opportunity to meet Sherman Hemsley, who played George Jefferson on The Jeffersons. So that was kind of a cool thing there. Also, I heard that the Fontainebleau is the only time at that hotel, and I think it was the ballroom that we were in, the only time that Frank Sinatra and Elvis Presley played together. The two of them did a set together at the Fontainebleau. Yeah, I see Dennis Lovelady says he's stayed there, which is pretty cool. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. Wait, you remodeled the elevators? Dude, the elevators were awesome. So that's awesome. That's really cool. I spent a lot of time in those elevators. Although the only thing I'll say about them is I don't think they had air conditioning because they were hot. Like you went out into the main hotel and it was air conditioned, and then when you got in the elevator it was hot. But it was like nice. They were marble, really, really classy hotel, really classic Miami kind of vibe. Yeah, I guess Maddie, you've been all over Florida doing that sort of thing, so you've seen this before. It was a really cool experience. And then the morning that we got up pretty early. It was before the conference started. This was about 6:30 in the morning, and while we were flying, all the bellmen that were setting up the tables and stuff for the event that day were stopping to ask what it was. I showed them the drone. They were duly impressed. But again, as I've said a million times before, the Mini 3 is just so great for travel because it didn't take up any space. We had so much gear that I wanted to take an FPV quad, just didn't think it was going to fit with the LiPo batteries and the charger and, extra parts and all the stuff you need. FPV requires kind of its own backpack, whereas the Mini 3 all fit into this nice, tight little bag that I had, and I just stuffed it in my suitcase with my clothes, my carry-on bag. So that was Miami. Cool stuff there. And again, pretty awesome that Maddie did the hotel's elevators. That's super cool because, as I said, we were on the 8th floor and I was up and down that thing so many times. So I'm glad they worked, and they actually. I've always been afraid, like it's one of my phobias is getting stuck on an elevator, especially with Chris. I mean, can you imagine being stuck in an elevator with him for hours and hours? Anyway, that was about 2 or 3 weeks ago. We were there, and then prior to that, and then again at the end of the summer, I'm going to go up to my wife's parents' place in upstate New York, and let's take a look at that. While I was up there in June, I took the Avata, and I was out on the front porch, which looks out over this gorgeous St. Lawrence River, and this is the St. Lawrence Seaway. It goes all the way across that land. I'm sitting in the U.S. That landmass over on the other side is Grenadier Island in Canada. And then there's another channel of water behind it where mainland Canada is. So I had the Avata on, had the goggles on, beautiful sunset that night. There's been a lot of smoke up in that area from the Canadian wildfires. And that was definitely one of those things that you could really pick up on the drone shots. But this evening was really nice. The wind had changed direction. And then I decided to go out. So I hadn't, as I said, I've been more cautious with my Avata recently than I used to be. But I started off flying in sport mode. So this is me flying in sport mode, kind of cutting around this freighter. And what's really cool is these freighters are probably about a mile out in the water from where I'm sitting. But it's a clear line of sight. You can definitely see you can see that it's about a very, very clear line of sight between the where I'm sitting. You can see on the land back over there behind this freighter. The one thing I wish I had done was put it into, first of all, I wish I'd put it into acro mode. And second of all, I had horizon lock on. And so the horizon's very steady. When I showed this to Chris, he thought it might have been flying with the Mini 3, but it wasn't. It was the Avata. So I just kind of stuck along the side of this freighter for a little while, trying to get a nice shot where the sun was. It's very backlit from the other side, but from this side, it looked pretty nice. It's got some nice red color on it. This thing was just cruising along through the channel there. Don't know what it was carrying, and I kind of wish I had gotten a little closer. I'm going back up there at the end of July, so I'm going to try to see if I can fly it a little bit closer to this thing. But yeah, just a real pretty nice chance to cruise out there and see the thank you, John Coopy. So after that, flew back, and this is actually an edit together of 2 flights that I did, two different batteries, maybe even 3. This is one of the islands over back behind us called Ski-Doo Island. And then this is, that's Shady Nook on the right, also called Holiday. And the one on the left is called Canary. And then I'm on the one out there on the left with the gray boathouse. And then the one to the right of it is Birch. And that's much bigger. It's like 5 acres or something, whereas the one I'm on is about an acre. But now I'm kind of sitting in a different spot, just cruising around. At this point, I had put it in acro, but I still had the drone in horizon lock. But this is where I decided it was time. Did I do it here? No. Oh, maybe I did. I was trying to get through the boathouse. I wanted to fly through the garage. Yeah, here I go. Through the garage door. You see me sitting there on the right. Through there, over the boats, and through the door. And I got to tell you, that's pretty nerve-wracking because basically if you hit anything, you're going to end up in the water. Then these pine trees have a nice little gap through them. And then with the sunset there, that was really nice. I had done this with the Air 2S and the Insta360 Sphere camera last year, and that footage came out kind of cool. But it was a lot more fun with the Avata. And I definitely, when I go back up there, I'm intending to take probably the Mark V or one of the 4S quads that isn't an Avata, so I can do a little bit more kind of freestyle stuff. This was me just kind of doing a little loop around. Thank you, Michael Belshi. This place has been in my parents or my in-laws' family for 3 generations now, and so they've had it for a long time, and they take good care of it, and they let us go up there and stay, and it's pretty awesome. So at this point, I heard a jet ski, and it was pretty quiet, and I figured it was my wife and my daughter who had been over at Krings Point, which is a park near there. So I decided to go out and harass them a little bit. I don't think they had noticed me yet here, but the thing is with the Yamaha Wave Runners, they have that rooster tail that kicks up. And I was just like, don't go in the rooster tail, because the rooster tail being the water. That is 2 things I've been told. It's number 1, to make the thing more visible to bigger boats. You know, it kind of gives people the ability to see you better. And then number 2, it cools the engine. That's the water running through the engine, and that's where it exhausts out from the engine to cool it. So at this point, I'm got the full on chase going. They're full on trying to escape, creating their own little wake. I'm sitting over there on the corner of that gray boathouse. And yeah, I'm trying to get close, but just not so close that I get sprayed. And that was kind of the gag, you know, to see if I could do it. And then here I got a little too ambitious and flew over the top of them. And, but it was fun. I mean, there's nothing like chasing something. And I really, really love chasing boats, freighters, jet skis, all that sort of thing. You can also kind of get a sense of how calm it was that day because there's no waves. Sometimes there's whitecaps and all kinds of stuff going on in this. And the only waves were really caused by my wife running around on the jet ski, making her own waves. And then you could see also, you can kind of get a sense that water is pretty clear. You can see down pretty far into the water. I do have, part of the reason I got the Insta360 Go 3 is the waterproofness, because I definitely want to try putting that thing on a stick and or jumping in the water with it and seeing how it goes in the water. Yeah, this is me trying to kind of hover and keep close. And again, with the horizon steady on, it definitely feels almost like you're flying a camera drone, but I don't think I could get in that close with a camera drone. You know, I feel like I had a lot more control with the Avata doing these circles around them than I would have with a Mavic. And yes, sorry about the coughing. I actually had COVID a couple of weeks ago, and I still have a bit of a cough. I feel fine, but I still have a bit of a cough after that. So there's the landing. Stick the landing. You know, put it down on the dock. Don't put it in the water. And yeah, that was upstate New York. Beautiful spot. If you ever get a chance to go up there and see the Thousand Islands region, or even just any of upstate New York, like the Finger Lakes or you know, the Great Lake, all that sort of thing. It's just absolutely beautiful. So yeah, that was kind of my favorite spot to fly this summer. Now, of course, it's been really, really, really bloody hot here in Austin, and So we've mostly been doing indoor flying. Chris got a couple little tiny whoops. As a matter of fact, if you didn't see his review of the Flywoos, it's a pair of them that we got sent. He did a great review of them and has gotten really good at flying those things. And speaking of new drones, though, I'm curious if anybody has seen any pictures or footage about the DJI Air 3, and is anybody interested in getting one? Because, I mean, I'm going to be honest, I feel like having a Mavic 3 and having the Mini, I don't use the Air 2S very much anymore. I used to use it quite a bit, but now I find myself taking the Mini 3 almost everywhere I go because it is smaller, and I think the picture quality is, I don't know, I don't think this camera is going to be the same one that's on the Mavic 3. Is that what you're in? It's two cameras. It's two like half-inch sensors, right? I think two smaller sensor cameras, probably one with a pretty significant optical zoom. I'm not in DJI's good graces anymore, so I don't get these pre anymore, which is a bummer on one hand, but also on the other hand, that's a lot of work. But Zach Key said he's going to get the Air 3. And then Dennis Lovelady said not interested in the Air 3. I'm sure it's going to be a great drone. And quite honestly, if I didn't have some other drones, yeah, an Air 2S. Gary, you're right. The Air 2S is amazing and probably not enough of an increment. It's one of these things that, hey, Fly and Flynn Media, good to see you. If you had the Mini 3 already, I don't know that the Air 3 is going to get you a whole lot more other than maybe a little bit more weight so that you can fly in bigger winds. But then you've got the issue of being over 250 grams. That's one of the beautiful things about the Mini 3. But yeah, generally, I feel like the Air 3 is going to be something that if you're just getting into drones and you just want one drone that's kind of that Goldilocks perfect size in between the bigger Mavic 3 and the smaller Mini, it might be a great fit. But if you already own an Air 2S, if you already own a Mini 3, if you already own a Mavic 3, I don't think it's going to be, I don't think it's going to be worth getting, but we'll see. We'll have to see what happens when it comes out. A lot of rumors around right now. If you have the Mavic 3 Pro, would you get the Air 3? Oh yeah. Why would you get the Air 3? Exactly. That's. I assume your question is rhetorical because exactly why would you get the Air 3? The only thing I could, like I said, if you didn't have a Mavic 3 or a Mini 3, then it really is kind of the best and worst of both worlds on that. It's giving you a smaller form factor than the Mavic 3, but not as small as the Mini 3. And I feel like between the Mini 3 and the Air 3, I would probably pick the Mini 3 just for the convenience. I mean, you saw the footage from Miami. So all of that said, hey, what's up, Michael Wright? Good to see you. The other thing, though, that is just out and released not too long ago, and once again, I did not get this for free. It was purchased. I purchased it the day it came out. I was super stoked about it. This is the Insta360 Go 3. And what's cool about it and different, if you haven't already seen it, I do have the Go 2 right here. And I actually thought my Go 2 was broken. And that's part of why I got the Go 3. And then I just plugged it in today and started working on it. And it works fine. And so now I've got a Go 2 to compare to the Go 3. And what I want to do is I want to compare the Go 2, the Go 3, the regular GoPro Hero 11, right there, the Action 2, which I still think is an awesome camera. Honestly, for FPV, I really love this guy because it's a great combination of weight or lightweight and decent quality image because it is 4K. And then this is the little attachment that goes on the Action 2. And then the other one I have over here somewhere, oh, there it is the Hero 11 Mini. This thing is actually great. The picture quality on this is top notch. I mean, it's exactly the same in terms of the electronics as the Hero 11, but it's heavy compared to, not compared to this, of course, because it's smaller, but it's almost as heavy as this. And compared to these two, I would say this probably weighs as much. Hold on. And you know what's beautiful right now? I actually have a scale right here. I am curious to see if I put this down. Can you see the numbers? Let's see if I hit. Hold on, let me spin it around. All right, how do I zero it out? Hold that down, turn it back on. Maybe I just had to have it sitting down when I turned it on. Okay, it's zeroed out, and I want to be in grams. Kilograms, nope. Milliliters, nope. There we go, grams. All right, it's on 0 grams. So the GoPro Mini 11, 133, and then the Action 2, 70, plus the Go2, 96. So literally, this little guy here weighs 25-30% more than these two combined. That's really funny to me. And then, of course, the Hero 11 122. Wait a minute. Does this not have a battery in it? What's going on here? That must be it. This must not have a battery. This does not have a battery in it. Okay. I was like, how in the world does this weigh 123 and this one weighs 137? Yeah, because this one doesn't have a battery in it. So, but you can just see this again, this guy is just really dense, which is why the video quality in this looks great. If you're going for like highest best video quality, this thing really looks fantastic. But if you're going for weight, you're going to go with one of these others. So let's go ahead and open this guy up. Chris told me this was a terrible idea for the show, but I said I got nothing else. So here we go. Plus, I'm excited to get this guy open. Where is my Chris Hope knife when I need it? Dang it. Yeah, hold on. Chris is going to go grab me some scissors. So this one is one of the packages that comes with several things. And it did actually come with this quick release mount, which I'm excited about because it seems like it's going to work with any sort of, it's basically a GoPro mount. So my intent is to put this onto a Freestyle 6S 5-inch quad. And then also with the Go3, I'm hoping to be able to fly this on 4S quads, like smaller 4S quads, like the Rocket perhaps. So got that there. Here we go. They definitely did their homework with this box. It's going slow. Look at that. Isn't that satisfying? There it is. Wow, it's kind of cool. It's right up here on top. It is magnetic, just like the other one. And here's the first question. Well, I guess the first question is, what does this one weigh by itself? Can we see? So that one is 36. Yeah, it looks like 36. So the other one was, I think it weighs just slightly more. The other one is 26. So yeah, 10 grams more. So percentage-wise, that's a pretty big deal comparatively. So we'll put this one away for the moment. So yeah, definitely can feel it. It's a little bit heavier. It's also, actually, let me get this back out. It's a little bit thicker. Just feels a little bit chunkier, you know. But I think if you can see the width here. Oh, hey Kai, what's up, man? Oral surgery. That sounds painful. I hope you got those teeth straightened out and fixed. And I also was going to ask you about maybe printing a TPU case for the new little guy here. So yeah, you can see it's a little bit thicker, same height, I think. And they kind of repel each other if you put them straight, and then if you kind of get the poles off, they stick together. But right there, they repel each other. Like that's actually pushing against each other. Wow. So, gonna open the box here and see what else we got in it. We have, oh, I see, this just slides open. And I think this is just the basic kit, and then the bundle, quote unquote, that I ordered came with this thing as well. But this has the case right here. And if you haven't already seen it, this case has a screen on the front, and it has a spot in the back here where the thing charges. So it's open up here in the back. And instead of just being a case, the closed-in case like that, this thing slips into this case, and then it allows you to control it. It allows you to see a live view of the screen. You don't have to tie it up with your phone via an app. And there we go. If you can see the LED there, can you see it? It is actually, looks like it's charging the thing right now. It's got lots of little stickers to pull off. It does have a USB-C slot. We were wondering if it's possible to use that USB-C slot to connect like a microphone to it, but I don't think anybody has done that yet or tried it. And then it does have this screen on the back. But ultimately for me, I didn't really buy it for this case. I bought it because I wanted to, I thought this one was broken. And again, this one's working now. So, and also I want to announce officially to everyone watching, thank you for sticking around, that I am going to give one of these, either this one or a brand new one, probably a brand new one, depending on what shape this one's in, away at Spin Up. So if you're coming to Spin Up, you will have an opportunity to win a Insta360 Go 3. So hopefully it's cool. I kind of want to see if it is really cool before I commit to that. Now this has a screen on the back, and we're going to peel it off. Oh, look at that. And it's got some writing on it, which I didn't read. It says, do not peel off or the thing will explode. Oh, geez. Okay. So we got this thing here. I guess I could just go ahead and turn the power on, see if it has any power, see if this little screen comes on. Nope. Maybe it needs to be charged. Maybe it needs to be held down. Maybe I should read the instructions before I start doing this on a live show. Maybe I should actually push the real power button. Let's try that. Ah, hear that? Sounds like success. Oh, there it is. There's your little setup menu. That's a bright screen. Look at that. It's actually coming in pretty bright. It says download the Insta360 app. So it sounds like you do have to go ahead and connect it to the app in order to activate it. I'm not going to do that right now, but I am impressed with how bright the screen is. If you haven't seen it already too, you can flip this screen up. What do? You push down a button to release it or something? How do we get this out? Yeah, those reviewers, those guys. Oh, there we go. You can flip this thing up so that you can selfie style it. Yeah, you know, here I am, selfie style it that way. And yeah, it feels very solid. It's definitely like hard to move, which tells me the springs on it are tight and all that. Yeah, I one time accidentally turned on a drone and set it to Chinese as a language initially. And so, yes, Barkley, I do need 42 more stickers, please, if anybody's got them. I got a little bit of space right down here for something small. Metro drones might get covered up. Could probably cover up the Spark Sight and Ready Set Drone, although I've already started on that one. But thank you guys all for the stickers. And then let's see what else is in this box before we get off of this topic. This is kind of a cool little thing. It's a tripod mount type thing. Has a 1/4-20 thread at the bottom. You put it in like that, and then I think this thing will connect magnetically. Oh gosh, sorry about that. Like I said, it's all this talking combined with having the Rona a few weeks ago. So push this little button to release it, I think. Is that right? No, where's the release button? This thing won't just come out unless you press something, I know. There it is. So you push this little button over on the side, and then it comes out, and then it will stick in this right there, and then this will allow you to either do it sideways. I think this is magnetic, so it's going to stick onto, I don't think that's metal, but it's going to stick onto, oh, maybe not. I'll have to see what this is, if it's magnetic or not, because it's not sticking to the scissors, but I don't know if the scissors are actually metal. But this guy right here, or maybe this is a cover. Maybe this is a magnet. No, I don't know. There's lots of stuff that I would probably need to read. Oh, that's a sticky thing. So maybe you stick this to something. Seems like it'd be better off as being a magnet. But this allows you to actually tilt the thing in different angles and kind of hang it up around on your car while you're driving. You know, just makes it really easy to get it set up. So I'm excited about that. And then I think it came with a hat thing. Oh, it came with a medallion. These are really cool. I already had one of these for the old guy, the old one. But this goes around your neck, and it has metal in it. And you can put it under your shirt. And then that allows you to actually just pop this thing on and walk around with it like this if you wanted to film and not have it in your hands, kind of your POV filming with it. And then, like I said, I thought I had a hat clip. Oh, there it is. The hat clip, gosh, I already had one of these hat clips, and it used to goes right here on the bill of your hat, and then you can just have the camera right there, kind of facing down. Yeah. So we'll see. I know there's a lot of controversy about the fact that it's not 4K. It is 2.7K, which is an improvement from the old one by a little bit. I think the old one was what, 2.1, 2.5K. And it does have a longer battery life, supposedly. It does have, you can get it with 128 gigs of memory. Versus just, I got the 64, and that's what this is as well. So, or maybe this is 32. I don't even remember. I'll need to look. But hey, Chris Hope, good to see you, buddy. Thanks for stopping in. I'm just showing everybody the Insta360 Go 3 that just arrived in the mail. I bought it, and it just arrived yesterday, and I'm excited to go fly some FPV with it, and then to just try it out compared to all these other guys. So stick around for the channel. Keep looking. I will do that. I also wanted everybody to just say real quick, if you haven't looked at Chris Rollins' channel recently, I watched one of his videos this morning about the world's fastest trash can. He built a trash can that went, I'm not going to give it away, but he broke the world record as far as driving a trash can goes. And if that sounds ridiculous and you're going, what are you talking about? Just go watch the video, because once you see it, you'll say, wow. And I'm pretty sure I did talk to Chris today. I was trying to get him to be my guest tonight, actually. But he said he will be coming to Spin Up, if at all possible. He lives in Texas, and so he's been before. I'm hoping he'll make it this year. And if you go watch that trash can video, he has taken his channel to a new level with that. It's just super, super entertaining. Yeah, there he is driving the trash can, and there he is building it. What a great guy. I love Chris Rollins. Fellow Texan. One more thing I got here is this mount here that goes on a GoPro mount. So this will be what I use on the FPV quad to attach to this thing, and then the Insta360 will go on like that on the front. So let's see. Yeah, put it on with the magnet. What's nice too is even though it's magnetized on there, it's also got this little release button. So it won't just pop off unless you press the release button. So if you crashed, accidentally press the release buttons, and it flew forward, then it might come off. But otherwise, it's on there pretty good. So videos to follow about the Insta360 Go 3. And as I said, I will give away one of these Insta360 Go 3s at Spin Up. Insta360 has been very, very generous to me. They didn't give me this, but I'm expecting a couple of things from them to give away at Spin Up, including one of these. And even if I don't get one, I'll buy one and give it away. So super psyched. So all of that said, as you can maybe tell, I'm still a little bit drippy in coffee tonight. So I'm going to keep this show short. I want to transition over to the big wheel of hidden hashtags. For those of you that don't know, hidden hashtags is a contest that Chris came up with where we put a hidden hashtag in each video, and if you put that hashtag in the comments, you are automatically entered. I want to congratulate Chris Wedgeworth, who won last time. I still have his box as well. I have his box and Brett Lambo Drive Zambos for Subscriber of the Month last month. I have both of them. Those boxes are ready to go. After we get this winner and the Subscriber of the Month from tonight, I will send out all 4 boxes very soon, this week, I promise, because I want to get that done. So if you found a hidden hashtag and you put it in the comments, here it is. Take a look, and let's spin the big wheel and see who won. By the way, you must be present to win, and I think it spins up. Yes. Glad I got that. So this thing is spinning. Got lots of opportunities. Is it Trevor Fuss? Hey, I saw Trevor Fuss in the chat earlier. Trevor, are you still there? I hope you are. I think Trevor lives in Australia, which is a little bit daunting as far as shipping stuff goes, but we'll figure something out. I've shipped stuff to Australia before. I'm not the cheapskate that Sean Oz is. Sorry, Sean. He won't let you win unless you're in the US of A. And it's not really America first thing. It's a doesn't want to spend the money to ship overseas thing, which I totally understand, because usually what you're shipping doesn't cost as much as the shipping cost. You know, you send a $20 t-shirt and it costs you $40 to ship it. That's kind of weird, but we'll figure something out. Trevor, if you're in the, hey, Trevor is here. Congrats, man. You won the hashtag award. Way to go. So Trevor, email me contest@ReadySetDrone and let me know that it's actually you. Send me your address and your shirt size, and we'll get you some sort of prize. It might take a while to get there because we're going to send it on the slow boat. But thanks for watching, and thanks for putting the hidden hashtags in. Much appreciate. Yeah, this is like NyQuil for me, only the opposite effect. It wakes me up. All right, and then the next thing I want to talk about, well, we're going to talk about Subscriber of the Month in just a minute. And like I said, Subscriber of the Month, somebody in the chat right now. So excited to announce that coming up here shortly. But before we do that, I want to thank my friend Chris Hope, who is, as has been said before, a man among men, one of the legends of the drone community. Every month he puts together an original video for us called 2 Minutes of Hope. This time, I think it's a pretty cool one. And then at the end, I want to talk about a little bit about what this was, because it was something that I was really interested in finding out more about. And I did. I dove in, and Chris and I emailed back and forth. But go check out what he put this about, and then we'll talk about it afterward.
Hello, everybody. Today, we are at the Trinidad School in Trinidad, Texas. I just wanted to show y'all what's left of the old gym here in Trinidad. We played basketball here, Crossroads of Trinidad, rivals back in the 80s. A lot of good memories here in this place. It's hard to believe we played basketball in this thing, but we did. And it was a lot of fun back in the day. This is how we would enter the gym. Come through here. This is crazy. Go down through here and go in. The home sit on the right side, visitors are on the left. Of course, they tore a bunch of it down, but as a kid, this was a big gym. And of course, back in the 80s, it was old. It was old then. But yeah, it's just they're tearing it down. That was the air conditioners back in the day. Open the windows up. And on the front, they had windows as well, but it's all gone. And it's in bad enough shape, they can't save it. These supports are laminated 2x4s. Looks like there's 8 or 10 of them are held together. If I counted right, I think there's 13 or 14 2 6s. laminated together to make this support, to make this arch. Just one continuation. Anyway, thank y'all for watching. And hope y'all enjoyed this bit of history. Little town called Trinidad, Texas. The Trinidad High School gym from a long, long time ago. Catch y'all next time. Thank y'all. Bye-bye.
So Chris had told me that that was part of a Air Force base. It was originally a hangar at an Air Force base, and I can't remember the name of it now. I should have looked that up. Oh, Chris has it. How do you spell it? Perrin Field. Perrin Air Force Base in North Texas on the Oklahoma border, I think. And I looked it up, and I think it's that picture in the top left. Can you zoom in on that? They're tiny little photos, but that picture on the top left, you can see a kind of domed-looking structure. Yeah, can you command? Yeah, there we go. See that kind of domed-looking frame there? That looks like our gym. It says unfinished hangar on the thing, and that's what he said it was. It was originally a hangar for aircraft, and then it got moved to its new location and became a gymnasium. Now it's being torn down, and I think John Coopy's got it right. I think somebody needs to FPV that thing. I think that's just screaming for some FPV. Chris Hope, I'm looking at you, man. You can fly that thing. You could FPV it with your Phantom 4. That would be pretty cool. Anyway, Chris Hope, thank you so much, as usual, for sending that awesome video. I just love seeing these little bits of history. I love it's kind of like Christmas. Whenever Chris sends the video, he usually sends it a few days before the show, and it's like, oh boy, what's he got? You know, open the package. That means download. Well, first of all, it means figure out which. It means figure out which of my email addresses he shared it with, because he shares it with one of them, and I have to log in with that account. And then once I figured that out, I get to it and I download it, and then I watch it, and then it's always something cool and interesting. So Chris Hope, much appreciated. If you haven't checked out his channel, if you just type in @ChrisHope into YouTube, that should take you to his channel. And always a pleasure. So we're going to round things out a little bit early. Like I said, I kind of got this scratchy thing going on. Eyes are a little watery. I think just all this talking and getting ready for this today was a lot. I'm not sick anymore, but just been going pretty hard for the last few days and need to chill this weekend. So with that said, not to be a downer, I want to congratulate our subscribers of the month, who have always been the people that support this channel, show up for the live streams, comment on the videos, show up at the events, all that sort of thing. Had some awesome ones here. I see a lot of the people that are in the chat right now have been subscriber of the month. And again, I want to apologize to Brett, Lambo Drive Zambo, for being late with his package, but it is literally put together. All I got to do is tape the address on it, tape the mailing address on it, and drop it off and get it sent to you. And I will do that along with the new subscriber of the month, as well as Trevor's package going to wherever it's going to, and Chris Wedgeworth's package. But the new subscriber, who I will add to this list of great gifts that will be sent out next week. Can I get a drum roll? Michael Belshi. Michael, man, what a guy. I met this guy at Spin Up in 2021. We hit it off immediately. He lives in Kansas City area, knows a lot of the area up there, and that's where my grandparents lived, and I've been there many times. Love Kansas City. Love the state of Missouri, honestly. And he's a state trooper up there. I think he has just got his Part 107, from what I understand, and is going to start doing professional drone gigs before too long. And I just really enjoyed hanging out with this guy. We hung out at the South Florida Drone Meetup, and we had the opportunity to bowl together and just all that stuff. So, Michael, thanks for being an awesome guy. Here's a little video that he took at the South Florida Drone Meetup. You want to roll that, Chris, or put that on? This was, I forget what he was flying. Do you remember what he was flying? Yeah. Anyway, he put together a nice little little collage here of all of us hanging out there on the shore. If you've never been to the South Florida Drone Meetup, it's a very cool event. And Michael was the man who put this together, showed up at it, bowled with me, hung out with me. We had a great time. So, Michael, I'll need to get your mailing address and t-shirt size. Email me, Kelly at Ready Set Drone, or contest at Ready Set Drone, and I'll get that package out to you within 60 days. Actually, within a week, because I got to get those packages sent off before I go out of town again. Once again, you guys, thanks for putting up with my subpar performance tonight. Again, not sick, just not feeling great at the moment, and but it's always nice to spend Friday evening with you guys. I will be working with Chris to film some video comparisons of the Insta360 Go 3. John Coopy already reviewed it as poop, I think was his emoji or words. And so we'll see if it is or not. And I will definitely be giving one of those away at Spin Up this year. So if you're coming to Spin Up, you have a good chance of winning one. I got to say it's probably better than poop, probably not as good as some other things. It's somewhere in between. But I'm excited about what it does for FPV because I'm excited about the lightweight. Anyway, again, congrats to Michael, and thanks for being such an awesome guy and for protecting the citizens of our great country from speeding and all the terrible things that people do sometimes, and being there to protect and serve. And I hope that I'll see you soon. I hope I'll see the rest of you soon. And I will be signing off at this point and look forward to hearing from Trevor and Michael soon. And we'll see you next month. I promise to be in better shape, have a interesting guest, and more interesting stuff to say. And we'll be releasing a lot of new videos between now and then. So keep sticking around and don't fly alone. See you next time.
When I fly, I won't fly alone. I'm gonna fly with Ready Set Drone. 'Cause Ready Set Drone will always fly with me. Flying fast and flying free. Flying with friends is the life for me. 'Cause Ready Set Drone is my community. Goggles and rotors and FPV, props and motors and ESCs, gimbals and cameras are what we used to fly. Sharing stories and swapping tales, amazing triumphs and epic fails. But will you know if you don't ever try? Ready, set, drone, ready, set, drone. Spin up your props and plug in your phone. Fly with us and we think you'll agree. Ready, set, drone, ready, set, drone. What's the point of flying alone? Flying with friends will make you feel so free. Ready, set, drone. 'Cause Ready, set, drone will always fly with me. Flying fast and flying free. Flying with friends is the life for me. 'Cause Ready, set, drone is my community. Ready, set, drone, ready, set, drone. Spin up your props and plug in your phone. Fly with us and we think you'll agree. Ready, set, drone, ready, set, drone. What's the point of flying alone? Flying with friends will make you feel so free. Flying with friends will make you feel so free. Flying with friends will make you feel so free.